Sorry, just getting myself set up. I'm expanding into using two screens so I can actually see what people are saying on the chat rather than just hoping for the best that my phone will show me the chat. Alright, let's see if we can get Railway Empire up and running. Just thinking about it. It's taking a while. It looks pretty at least. Assuming this is somewhat in-game. Should I be slightly concerned it's not doing anything? This is taking awfully long time. Let's have a quick look. I think I might need to restart it. Well, this isn't going to be a good start. I'm going to have to exit the game, I think, and try and start it again. Very strange. That's better. Not a good start, Calypso. Now, I used to love the old management games that were like this. This one came out a while ago, though, 2018 originally, but since it's free this week, well, free permanently if you pick it up this week on Epic Store, I thought I'd give it a go. I will let this play through. Now we're back to a loading screen. I wonder if this is an issue with clicking away from the game itself. Notice it doesn't like it. Very strange. Quick look on Task Manager to see if it's actually doing anything. Not really. It's not using the network, it's not using the CPU. Not using the GPU. It's a wee bit disappointing. Well, let's give it one last try and restart it. The power usage moderate. It says high when you click on it, but it's not really doing anything. Very annoying. So if we look at this launcher that it pops up as well, maybe there's something on there I need to change. There's no settings. There's account management, but I don't feel like I should have to change any of that. Well, it's taking me to Epic Games. Use Railway Empire's account with your Epic Games account. Allow, that's fine. That's what it wanted me to do. Well, that's a bit stupid that it opened up a new window entirely to do that. Oh well. So there's lots of DLC you can buy for it, obviously, because it came out a few years ago. But let's check our options first. Turn that music volume down a bit, probably the overall volume, just so you can hear what I'm saying as well. There we go. I'll do like a bit of music in the background though. Right, graphics. Well, it's just gone for my full monitor resolution, that's fine. I like how it automatically detected it. What can I get away with without it breaking? Ooh. Normal or low? Normal or low. Oh, so there isn't a high. There's just normal or low. Okay. Fine. Well, I'm assuming this is going to be pretty straightforward, a bit like the other management games of this type, but we'll start the campaign. I'm assuming he's going to give us a bit of a tutorial. No voiceover reading it. Chapter 1, The Great Plains. The first chapter takes you to the construction site of the Union Pacific Railroad, which was started in 1863. Tracks were built westward to establish the first transcontinental line. While you were conquering the vastness of the Great Plains, the heights of the Rocky Mountains with your tracks, you will learn about the basics of the railway empire. Thomas Clark Durant, the visionary in charge of the Union Pacific, will assist you. Okay, so there's various, I assume there's also little towns. I'm not changing anything else.
Meticulous planning, tables, figures, and hard facts.
Okay. Well, you don't get to choose your character. You just get that one. Roger Smythe.
I did an evaluation of the contenders and I am the best choice.
New construction factories are 50% cheaper. Is able to buy a town's factory without an auction. Backhanded. Ooh. Auctions are 50% more expensive.
Sometimes I think about giving everything up and dedicating my life to poetry. How about you?
So he's going to keep talking and interrupting me. Fine. That's interesting. So auctions are bad for us, but we can buy factories in towns without an auction. Roger Smythe.
The rest are just gold diggers who don't have a clue about how this business works.
I have to change my name to that. That's the principle of it.
In 1863, on the banks of the Missouri River, the last chapter in the monumental undertaking of the Transcontinental Railroad began.
I think that's what we're going to be doing.
The Pacific Railroad began laying their tracks westward from Omaha through the wild heart of the North American continent. Massive challenges awaited them. Away from all civilization, the country was vast, the weather ruthless, and the challenges tremendously energy-sapping. But there was a masterstroke of modern engineering to be accomplished. To tame the wilderness and to conquer it with steel, fire, and steam. Never before had anything like this been ventured, but the time was ripe.
Greetings. My name is Thomas Clark Durand. Exactly, the head of Union Pacific. We will go down in history as the ones who created the Transcontinental Railroad. And that, my friend, is your job as chief engineer. I can't supervise everything here on site right now, as I have to meet with some politicians in Washington.
Well, coming onto the main map screen has certainly set my graphics card fans off.
All directions.
Sounds like a jet engine. Not doing much with the processor though. But it must be hammering the 970. Jesus. Case fans aren't too excited either. How strange. Let's keep an eye on that. I mean, that's put the fans to 100%, I think.
Now test the camera's zoom function. You can also rotate the camera. Give it a try. Very good. Now you know the basic controls. Your first task is to create a rail connection between Omaha and Norfolk to the northwest. Both cities will need a station for this. You already have a station in Omaha, but you still need to build one in Norfolk. To do this, switch to building construction mode.
Construction mode. Small train station. That seems very expensive for those, like, this period of time. Okay, so it has to be built within an area, I suppose. Rotate the building as shift and click. No. Oh, shift and rotate with the mouse wheel. Okay. We go with that, so it's right next to that road.
Very good. Now the two stations need to be connected with tracks. To do this, switch to track construction mode.
For future reference, can I actually build on a road then? Probably.
Now plan the
construction.
tracks between the stations in Norfolk and Omaha. To do this, select the 2 station tracks one after the other. Then pay for your track planning.
Do I want it to go through the middle of that? I'm not sure that's a good idea. What even is that? Cattle ranch, maybe? Not sure. Oh, well, we'll do as it wants, because I'm assuming this has been predetermined.
Now create your first train so that you can set up a rail line between your stations.
I moved the cattle ranch when I did that. That's weird.
Initially, your train only exists on paper. It's not much use to you without a locomotive.
Manage. I have to buy personnel as well, okay. Rail cars. I have to close it.
Additionally, each train needs a rail line that passes through all the stations it should stop at. Now join your 2 stations to the rail line by selecting them one after the other. That's enough for your first rail line. Now confirm it so it becomes active. Very good. Now you can see the journey your train will take. If there is something to transport, the train will automatically
Meat.
take it.
From meat industry. What else is here? Towns. What does this place have then? Beer.
However, as
Breweries.
each locomotive needs water, sand, and lubricant on its journey, you have to place a supply tower along the route.
Supply tower. That's a very expensive supply tower.
Very good. Your train is now traveling between Omaha and Norfolk. But you can do even more. Each city needs goods from the surrounding area. For example, every city needs corn. Look, there is a corn farm near Omaha. Until now, the corn has made it to the city in the conventional way, but we want to change that. Now construct a rural train station in the marked location with a corn farm within its radius.
You can't build too close, okay.
Now connect the new rural train station to the station in Omaha. And now things are getting tricky as we have to deal with a logistical problem. As Norfolk should also enjoy fresh corn, there will soon be 2 trains traveling on the stretch of track between Omaha and Norfolk. Of course, this will then result in a conflict. Since
So we
trains
need 2
cannot travel
tracks.
through each other, you'll need a side track between Omaha and Norfolk. This consists of 1 parallel track and 2 signals. First, create a side track. It needs to be at least long enough for a fully loaded train.
Is it just the same? I can just add a sidetrack? So I have to run it along and then pull it back in. Okay.
Excellent. However, your trains won't necessarily use the sidetrack, as they generally always take the shortest route. For this reason, you'll also have to specify the direction of travel on each parallel track. Now open Building Construction mode and set up a signal in the highlighted area pointing in the direction of the switch. Trains will then be able to stop here when the single track is in use.
change signal direction. Shift and tap. There we go. Well, this is an unusual way of doing it, but okay. Hopefully our train doesn't now get stuck since it just built ones. No, it's fine. How is it turning at that end anyway? Magic. I have done that. Is it really being upset with me because I haven't built it a few seconds forward?
Now make sure that the track can only be traveled in one direction. For this purpose, set the signal so the trains coming from the opposite direction cannot
strange.
pass.
Oh, I see. I'm very confused as to why it's having an issue now. I've done what it asked. I just need one of each. Can I skip this one? Well, this is a bit annoying. Surely I've done what you wanted me to do. I mean, my train's still running.
Excellent. Now do the same on the parallel track so that each parallel track has a different direction. Place a second signal in the highlighted area and block the track to trains coming from the
strange.
opposite direction. Very good. I'm sure that wasn't at all easy. You will soon come to realize that signals are an important aid in guaranteeing
That wasn't easy because
smooth
that was
rail
useless.
operations. You will find more information and tips under Hints and Tips.
Not very impressed with that system. Probably more the
Now
mission
assemble
itself
a
than
new
anything
train
else.
and give it a locomotive and a rail line. Your new rail line should run via Omaha to Norfolk so that the people of Norfolk can be supplied with corn. Excellent. The corn farm will automatically make use of your train because the cities along your rail line are demanding corn. Conventional transportation is much more costly for the farm. We are still missing something. Locomotives wear out over time and need to be regularly maintained so they can perform their duties more reliably. For this purpose, there needs to be at least one maintenance building on each rail line where locomotives can be serviced if necessary. construct such a maintenance building at your station in Omaha now. To do this, select the station itself and expand the station with this building.
Okay. This is a station expansion. Maintenance shed.
Right.
Yes.
We've been lollygagging for long enough. I need to return to Washington for further miserable negotiations with our representatives of the people. I've written a task list for you. Take a look at it and complete the tasks within the given time period. Do not disappoint me.
It's a fairly large map, actually. It's not quite as involved as, like, Transport Tycoon, I suppose, in terms of the things you can do initially, but since this is just focused on railways, but it's quite pretty when you zoom in and actually look at the tracks and things. There's a lot of attention to detail. The trains are pretty good. And they all seem to have little passenger carriages. Am I actually making any money, though? Oh, I'm making money from it, okay. Well, you see, I feel like that train, yeah, it's taking well. So the trains will just take whatever they pick up at that place. So I'm not actually delivering any of the corn up there. Okay. Right, tasks. So basically the tasks are just expand your rail network. Okay. Let's have a look around the map. So that's okay. What do they want? Oh, they don't have an industry yet. Okay. So you can actually build an industry. Fine. Ooh. And these guys make beer. They need grain. So that place makes cattle. That place makes milk. More corn. There's some grain. Okay. What does this one do? That's a connection bonus. It doesn't have anything yet. Okay. What we could do with connecting that to there. So let's have a look. Small train station. We'll create a track that joins those together. And then it's probably going to need one of those supply towers halfway along. This is quite long. There we go. I suppose we want to build a new one. Close that, and we set up a line, and we'll connect that with that. So they want any more meats, what's that say? Build a city station, so that's a bigger station. So a city station has to be built in the middle of the city. Okay. Is that one around tasks? Not specifically. Okay. Building stations and stuff is expensive though. Kind of expected that to get bigger. What's that? Shoes. Leather. It's making leather. Well, that makes sense. Vegetables? Carrots? Vegetables. Sugar. And this place doesn't have anything at the moment, does it? There's mail and passengers. Nothing's being transported by rail. Norfolk's doing well. That's getting a lot bigger. I am making money. But every town would want meat. So I can connect everything to this one, I suppose. Small station. I just think the best way to go through that one. I'm probably rotating it that way. Ooh. Oh, there we go. Just have to build it close by. There we go.
Good. That's finished.
Oh, so I get the bonus as soon as I connect it. Oh, that's helpful. Oh, this is very reminiscent of Transport Tycoon. You used to get little news articles about your first train arriving at such and such. Now I wonder if I can get the train which is going from there to there, which is that one. Can I extend its route to here? I might regret that, but I'll try it. I'll need to put some more passing points in, won't I? I suppose the best place to put them is here. I'll make it a bit longer than the last one, because that seemed to go a bit weirdly. There we go. And then signals. There we go. And I suppose I need to put one at that station because I kind of need to be able to bypass that station. Oh. Ooh. Okay, that's interesting. You can't bypass a station like that. Okay. How far away do I have to be from the station to bypass it? Okay, fairly far. There we go. I don't necessarily want a particular direction on that track, personally. gonna take the most direct route. Oh, that hasn't connected to that track anyway. That's better. Now I want to look at the trains. I do need to build a city one there, don't I? Can I just upgrade it to a city one, or expand station? Okay, there we go. Yeah, that works. Now, are they going to be sensible enough to each go to a separate side? Yes, because there's little lights there. Okay. I assume. Maybe not. Building construction just out of interest. Our city station is literally just one that has to be built in the middle. Technically that is a city station, because it's within the circle. Get rid of that. Now, is that one going to go? Yes, it is. Why didn't it use the other side? Oh. Maybe it was predetermined which one it wanted to go to. It's a distinct possibility, I suppose. Wow, it is making a racket with my graphics card this game. I'm assuming that's an engine issue. Now, is that other train? Where's the trains at? So that's... oh, that's my big one there. I'm wondering if it's going to go all the way around. What I do need to probably do is add a shed at that end. Just in case. Now, will this one continue on this time and go to the next station? Or is it going to turn back around? Because I'm confused about that. No, no. Oh. Moved slightly. Oh, there it goes. It is. Okay. City level 3. Production's going up for that. Inhabitants are going up. I'm assuming one of these towns will take beer. So that's refueling or rewatering and stuff. Connection bonus. Who wants cattle is the question. Who wants cattle? I suppose they do. Okay, so they want cattle. I have to build a little station for every single one. It's a little bit weird, but it's fine. I can do that. Kind of. I don't want the coast to be too big. Milk. What can I use milk for is the question. Random breakdown. Okay, so you do get random breakdowns and things, fine. Build a rural train station. I see. Oh, that's interesting. So if you build them outside of a city, so for example, a large train station has a bigger infrastructure ring. It's not big enough though. Terminal station, well, I'll say for a city. Warehouse, big warehouse. Well, not big enough. Train station with signal control. It sounds quite advanced. Oh, that's what signal control's for. So really, you kind of want to add signal control to this station, because it's the biggest one. Train station plus signal control. Ooh. $120,000 is expensive though. Am I like causing more problems doing that? It's not like an option to update it, is there? I'll kind of break everything if I put one down right now. I'm very tempted to put one down though if this is going to be my biggest location in this area. Can I delete that is the question. I think I'll expand it. I want to build that other type of station. Demolish. Okay, so as long as you rebuild it, it'll still work fine. Train station with signal control. And then I need to delete a bit of this track. And then train station plus signaling. There we go, and then I can connect these up again. Yep. And then... and the same at this side. Ooh. There we go. There we go. Hopefully that works okay. Trains that come here. Oh, only 2 now. Okay. Might have to adjust things slightly. I just suddenly decided I want to have a look at the trees and what they look like up close. They're not terrible. They're not great either, though. Good for what they are. I do like this, the whole town thing where they've got people walking around and stuff, though. Let me have a look at my trains. Routes. Fine. Next. Bishop Estate to Norfolk. Oh, okay. They decided to build something. I didn't get to choose it. Okay. They built a brewery. Fine. So that train should also add to its route that, and then that, and then go back. Fine. Okay. I think this one's working fine again. Yes. Well, there's little people stood on the train station as well. Where the heck is that going? It's carrying beer, fine, which is made there anyway, so they won't want it. So all these warehouse stations, I assume you can store stuff in warehouses. Yeah, that's what I thought. So you can use those to exchange goods. Okay, that's fine. I can do research. Okay, that I didn't notice. Unlock innovations. Innovation point 0. Maybe I don't get to do this until the second mission. It looks like most of it's locked. And you need points and things. Fine. Engine shed. That's quite nice, actually. Look at that. Oh, that's quite good graphical. That's quite a good effort on their part. I like the whole turntable thing. That's quite nice. There's a lot of detail on that engine. Well, they deserve some credit for that, definitely, because that's quite nice. Anyhow, Breakdown by condition. Manage train. The condition's not that bad. If I hire an engineer, will it work better? It's more of a driver than someone who fixes it, I think. You can choose to add stuff like a dining car. It seems to be adding stuff automatically though. Right. It won't let me add anything at the moment. Can I add these then? Dining car? Okay, yes, I can. Alright. Okay. Bonus for new industry. So you can choose what you want. That should work well with stuff in the area. So what's around it? Looks like salt. Milk. Sugar. What can you do with salt? Not a lot by the looks of it. There's not really there for sugar either. I can do stuff with milk to make cheese. Oh, there you go. Fruit and sugar. Make wine. Distilleries of some kind. Could be whiskey. I don't see any fruit, weirdly. There's a lot of salt and sugar. Well, there's some fruit all the way down there. It's quite far away. But do you get more money for taking things further? Equally, you could build that there. I feel like you could put a dairy farm up here. More of a, yeah, to turn that milk into something. I definitely can't see anything for the salt yet. I'm sure there'll be a use for it though. Oh, okay. So you can't build, you can only build the ones that actually have money against them. Alright. Fine, well that's kind of disappointing. It's getting repaired, okay. Let's make beer for export. Suppose we can connect it to another town that probably wants beer. We do have that connection bonus there, so let's do that. Let's take that over to Cheyenne and Denver. So let's have a small train station there. Okay. And then the same with Denver. Oh, okay. Apologies. What is that? Copper, I guess. Oh, that's an expensive track. Damn. How much would that cost? Small train station. How is that then enough to connect that to there? Ooh. Yes. And then we get a huge connection
Those
bonus.
politicians in Washington get on one's nerves. But now let's get back to your tasks. As you can see, Cheyenne is still a little town hoping for an upswing caused by the railroad connection, but a city will only attract new inhabitants if it is supplied with enough goods. Cities receive basic goods from the surrounding area. If you construct stations in the right places and establish rail lines, your trains will be used to transport goods and you will make profits for transportation. But for this, you have to know what goods a city actually needs. You can find out any city's current needs. Now select Cheyenne and view the city's demand for goods. As you can see, Cheyenne currently needs only a handful of goods, and you can only deliver goods that are in demand. As the city grows, it will demand further goods. At the moment, you can supply grain and wood. Both of these goods are available to the north of Cheyenne. Connect Cheyenne to a timber business and a wheat farm, and establish a new rail line that connects them both to Cheyenne.
Not big enough. Big enough. I don't really want one that big. That's such a shame. Such a shame. A large train station is 200,000. So there's a big warehouse. Oh. It would make more sense just to have two of these, probably. It's probably going to be cheaper in the long run. New train. New train. Purchase. So the rail line. There.
Well done. The city will soon grow. You can see how well it is being supplied at any time in the city dialogue. Basically, a city will grow once its demands are sufficiently met. I think you have learned enough. Complete the rest of your tasks.
Oh, I guess he's going to pop up and give us tips from time to time. So stock in the city. Weekly demand. To be fair, there's a weekly demand for a few things here. You need to give it some corn as well. I wonder if we can limit how much that picks up at each station. Edit station. Unsure. That's okay. I'm assuming that's just full of, corn. Just keep an eye on that. Or wheat even. So this needs corn, and there's corn there. Where is that train? Oh, I didn't actually build one yet. Okay. Fine. So new locomotive. Buy. Set up rail line. So I want to take stuff from there to there. Then from there all the way to there. Excellent. And then I want to definitely need a supply tower on this track because it is very long. And I feel like I'll need to build a maintenance shed there because it's going to be the end of a long trek. And then there's going to end up being multiple trains on this track at some point. So I will do that. And then some signals. Slowly getting the hang of this. I find the signals a little bit strange, but I prefer the signals in the old way of doing signals, where there's obviously a lot more variety of the signals in Transport Tycoon and Transport Tycoon Deluxe. It felt a little bit more like the trains managed themselves a bit better. It's using a bit of everything. So wood is the other thing I don't have at the moment. There's some there. What else is there wood? What's going on here? Yeah, no, it's got one there. Oh. Ah, this can have a second industry. It's got breweries at the minute. Could do a weaving factory because I've not got anything that does that at the moment. I've got cotton there. So that sounds like a good idea. We could do a weaving factory. I'm sure someone will want that somewhere. How much does that cost? 200,000. Oh, you have to place it on pre-existing building. Okay. There we go. I need a small train station there. I'm going to be short on cash. It's getting a lot bigger, and they're requiring more stuff now, so they are requiring milk. Okay. And cotton and everything else, fine. And they need cotton because I just put that industry there. That's all I need. Is enough money for another locomotive. Okay, that's fine. Set up a rail link from there to there. Let's see how that does first. It's very noisy. I wonder what the temperature is on my GPU at the moment. I suppose it's generating another screen right now. It still seems a bit excessive. So we're mainly growing Norfolk at the moment. Weekly demand 1.5. So it actually needs more than I'm providing it. I'm providing 0.8. Grain. What else is producing grain then? There's some all the way up there. It's a bit far away. I'm not sending most of that elsewhere. Well, there's one down there. Need more money first, but I could build one running from down there and up. It says I have one viewer. I do question, is someone actually watching? If so, please feel free to chat in the chat room. I can see it today. I feel like this is easy to pick up, but possibly a little bit harder to master. Let's have a look at the tasks. What are we doing now? So we need to send meat to Cheyenne. Cheyenne. And 16 herds of cattle to Denver. We're getting close to that one. Also, there's meat. What's wrong with that? Missing operating supplies. Surely it's getting operating supplies. This is low on water. Ah. Maybe it does want one on that track as well, and that's okie dokie. If it was that long of a track though. There we go. And you just need it more often than I think. Meat, anyway. So they produce meat. So we can get meat from there down that way. So small train station. Oh, that's expensive. Why is that expensive? Oh, it wants to make a tunnel. Oh, definitely not. Huh. Don't want a tunnel. Don't want a tunnel. Much cheaper to go around in that situation, I think. Doing anything is expensive in that case. Okay. How much will I get back if I look at that? Oh, I get a full refund, okay. In that case, let's do... There's no meat down here as long as that Denver do. We do need to connect Denver. Oh, Denver makes meat. Okay.
Yes, one more thing. Your company has also a research department to help you unlock new locomotives and other innovations. Open the research dialogue to find out more about it.
Oh, so I can do research in this, or is that just it unlocking now? Oh, I can afford that.
Here you will find the advances that can be achieved in the current era. Advances from previous eras are usually already active, but what the future holds, we do not know. For each advance, you require innovation points, which you get automatically each month, and which can be increased in various ways. Now, take a look around here, and then unlock an innovation of your choosing. How about a new locomotive?
3 more innovations to unlock first. So it wants me to unlock this, basically. Slightly faster. Oh, I guess I have a choice now. Yeah. Can I build that now? Yes, I can. So anything where you have to move land or change land is very expensive in terms of trains. I mean, that's like a little bridge. Oh, that's pretty good. There's lots of ones close there. How's Norfolk doing? Because that's the biggest one still. So we are now producing that.
My opponents say I'm lining my own pockets. These are, of course, hideous lies. And look at it this way. With the profits I'm making, I can invest much more. Jobs, jobs, jobs.
Okay, so... I should have enough to... I should have enough of that. I think I still perhaps need more grain. That's a new one. It's slightly faster than the old one. Ooh, replacing a locomotive sounds expensive. This is a lot more expensive, it's not much faster. Right, so...
I have to wrangle with a lot of competitors, but if one person really gets on my nerves, then it's that Beatrix von Pomp. What? You haven't encountered her yet? Be glad. She takes everyone to the cleaners.
I need a new train.
Do you know that many people call the vast stretch of lands between the Mississippi and California the Great American Desert? Those fools. Once my railroad has opened everything up, the value of these lands will go through the roof.
I can definitely connect those together. What produces beer as well? To places producing beer. Would I like to take over the business? It wasn't actually near. Can I not actually look at the map? I just have to make a decision. Not really. I'm over here at this top end of the map. Although that town does need... That's going to be it's going to be very expensive. I feel like probably not. Not at the minute. I feel like that's going to be an expensive thing to join up somewhere. It's very hilly.
Excellent. Cheyenne is becoming a major railroad hub, and the credit is all ours.
Those are all tasks. Okay. Meat and cattle. Let's see some cattle. There's cattle there. I must have forgot to purchase a locomotive for that. Oh well, there we go. I might increase the size of that. Span station. Right, there we go. Now, what kind of station can we put here to try and capture all of them? I mean, not going to be any of these ones at the minute, is it? Warehouse, big warehouse. No. Maintenance station. Signaling warehouse. So we want a large train station in that situation. A big warehouse would get both of those. It's so expensive though, 200,000. It's cheaper to build small ones. Just build it. No, they're all just far enough away that that doesn't quite work. Well, we're making money at least. Want to do some more research? We can. So that's standardized components. Might as well do that since it's free. That's losing money? I'm hoping it's going to start making some money. It's a little bit disconcerting. There's only one train for that station. Deliver cattle to Denmark. Fine, we might as well do that then. We have enough cash now. It's a small train station. Yeah, I think for now, let's stick with small ones. You can consider those later. Maybe there's an upgrade that makes stations spread out further. Let's have a look actually. Trying to look for something that looks like a building. Mail sorter. Little upgrades for what you transport. There's a lot of research, actually. Wow. All the way up to diesel trains. Very nice. Well, that's pretty good. Can get more advanced than I expected. Right. Small train station. Let's keep it simple for now. And to be honest, this is such a small train. I wonder if we could just extend this train's route.
Cheyenne will flourish thanks to you. And for each mile of track that we lay, we receive 10 square miles of land. The politicians have no idea of the value of the assets they're giving away, but that stays between us.
Oh, actually, I'll change that. I want to do that, and I want to go back to there, go to there, go to there. Yeah, that makes more sense. Great. That way I can take beer back to Denver, and then from Denver go to the ranch. That makes more sense. I'm just going to fill up with stuff in Denver, isn't it? I don't think this is going to work how I want it to work, to be fair, but never mind, we'll see. What's wrong with that? Lack of supplies. I clearly need to add more supply things. It's a long trek. I'll just pop a couple more of these down, because clearly you need them more often than I think you do. Right, what's this train done? Okay, so it hasn't picked up anything that are good. So it realises that I don't want to take meat to the cattle ranch. Okay, that's good. It's smart enough to know that. Good. Now, what else do I need to build? There's no more sort of subsidised routes on there, is there? How's this place doing? Because I was trying to expand this as well. Okay, so that might have enough of that, but it needs more grain. Yeah, so I've got none in stock, and I need more. And that warehouse is full, so I need to be taking that somewhere. But where actually needs... That's growing, okay. So that should now need... Yes, it does, okay. Well, what should we build here? Still limited to a few things. I can't afford anything anyway, so we'll just leave that. What I could probably do with doing is taking cloth from there and transporting it to Cheyenne. So if I build a new locomotive, oh, there is another set of upgrades. Okay. Company and construction. Right, so this might be more what I'm looking for when I'm thinking about upgrading stations. Creative accounting. Railroad police. So maybe something in there about trains, fine. I need to unlock 3 other things before I can unlock that. Allows me to add that to trains. And then next I can get one of those. Express. Mixed. What express means in this case. I kind of want a train this anyway. I want a train that's going to go from Norfolk. So let's get the expensive one because it goes a wee bit faster. And then I want it to go from Norfolk all the way to Cheyenne. Cheyenne. There we go. Okay, so I definitely need the supply tower in this thing. So basically each route needs a supply tower. One way or the other. Easy just to keep sticking them down. What else do I want here now? So there's never enough brain. There's way too much beer. It's using sugar, it's using milk, it's using vegetables. Doing all 15 currently. Sound like a lightning storm. There are clouds. Okay. That's still producing a lot that's sat there then. How much is in this one? Where's it gone? There's another one, there it is. Oh, there's loads being produced there. Oh, wow. Bugger. I thought that might happen.
Well done. The citizens of Denver are impressed by the railroad.
This is a wee bit confusing, to be honest. I'm trying to decide if it's working right or not. It's definitely not as efficient as doing signals and things in Transport Tycoon Deluxe. feel like it's waiting for a track to be accessible. I suppose the track's never going to be accessible, really, is it? I just need to put a second track down for everything. Still not making it move, am I? Waiting for Omaha. Oh, there it goes. I was waiting for that one to get past that. Well, hopefully that'll now run a bit smoother, because it's got a bypass for all the stations. Just extend this now. Just extend it to here. Oh, that's expensive. Okay. Can we... I do feel like I need another track to come around there. But... There we go. So that train has a few options to get around. There it goes. I suppose the ideal solution would perhaps in this game to have two tracks going everywhere, one going one direction, one going the other. And make sure there's plenty of room to turn around. I think this is one of those simple to pick up, hard to master games. What's wrong with that random breakdown? Express goods. Passengers. Mail car. So I'm not doing a lot of that, am I? I need to ensure that a train has a car for these people. I just maybe need an express train. That's an express train. So look at that train. It's quite cheap as well. Let's try and create a new train with that. And then set up a rail line. Denver, Sharon. then can we passengers mail only? And we just go back the way we came. Stopping at all the towns. There we go. Excellent. Let's see how that one works since I've set it to just do those. Let's have a quick look at the managed train thing. It might as well have a dining car. And a mail car. So that one is working now. And it's using the extra track I set up for it. Fine. Ooh. It's waiting for everything. Try that again, shall we? And we need to just put on some signals. That way. That way. There we go. Solves that problem. I could do with one of those stations, couldn't I? That does the signal controls. Yes, definitely. Let's see why that suddenly stopped. What happened there? That's weird. Just because I paused the game. Alright. Hoping that'll run a lot smoother now. Let's go for yes and have a look at it. So that's the meat thing in Omaha. I own this. I have plenty of that coming in. But I need to take the meat further afield because I'm overstocked on meat and leather. Which is fine, so I just need to find other places that would like to buy meat. So they'll take meat. There's nothing connected to them at the minute. Is there anywhere else closer? Probably not. I'm already sending meat to Norfolk, aren't I? What's connected to Omaha in terms of trucks? Show me trains. So that's just going around in a circle, basically. So let's try connecting this. I mean, I'm kind of ignoring my tasks, aren't I, to some extent? I've done all that. Connect Omaha Rock Springs. And passengers to Rock Springs without stopping. Where is Rock Springs? Is the next question. Rock Springs, ooh. We'll do that next. First I'll do this because I want to try and make money from that industry. Small train station. Is there much below that? Not really. Stick with this side. Expensive, but I think it was always going to be expensive. So look. Go. And then is that going to have issues since it's sharing that station? It's just going to keep going backwards and forwards, so probably not. It should be okay. Probably will need to be dual tracked though at some point. Let's just expand it. Gives that train the option to use that side. Right. So that's just refilling. Yes. Just be getting water. Train supplied 0. That's strange. Oh, I'll have to do research. Oh, I've got lots of points. That's... I think it's going to be that one, because that makes things a lot cheaper. And then the next thing I need to do is connect the Rock Springs. So... small train station is definitely what we're doing up here, because it's in the middle of nowhere. There we go. And I need to get track down there. Just bend the tracks a lot, doesn't it? Out of interest, what would it do if I just did that? Be exceptionally expensive. It's expensive anyway. It's very much a sit down and concentrate game. I'm making plenty of cash now. Let's see. I want to take this past Casper in a way that I can add stuff later to it. That should be far enough out. Oh, so close and yet so far. That's enough cash on there.
Now you've managed to cross the Great Plains. A masterpiece.
What? They're not connected. I think there's a lot of it. Ugh, that's annoying. Fine, let's do it this way. Okay, so transport 100 passengers without stopping. I assume you can stop to supply stuff, but we'll see. This is going to be quite a long trek if you can't do supplies all frequently. Let's see, new train. Express. Yeah. Alright, things doing better over here with this industry I purchased. Production up 100%. I think it's making money. There's no meat, so they need meat. There's an excess of meat there. Need more lines. More lines. Really, guys. Really. Why would you go into each other when there are multiple track options? That's just stupid. See, I can't. That's quite frustrating that I can't just tell them turn around or stop or anything like that. I'm baffled as to why I decided to do that anyway. But never mind. What I can do is change the signals on this for the future. Norfolk Blues. Strange, produce beer, isn't it? Cyan. What's that? Breakdown. It's alright, should get repaired now. Thanks. These maintenance stations. Not doing much in terms of transporting express goods, am I? Oh, got loads of money here again. Or loads of research points, I should say. Let's do that to increase our factory profit. protective wall so your passengers don't get run over by the train. I suppose that's kind of a necessity. Power increase is good. And counter pressure brakes is good. I kind of feel like we should probably unlock that because it does mixed. Connection bonus to connect the cotton. That's a lot of money. Plenty of cash now, at least. It's coming in thick and fast. Well, I tell you what I could do. I could get... How much does it need of that? How much are we providing it? So it's getting... Not in stock, but does have a demand for it. But we should be delivering that. Yeah, there. Waiting? We're waiting. Oh, I keep doing that. Getting stuck behind each other. I wonder if I just moved that. Let's try moving those this way. Move those two. There we go. I'll just split them up a bit. I don't know why they're doing that. Wait, the newest one I built. Is that one? That is that one. Oh, that one I wanted it to be passengers mail only. Broke that now, but never mind. I just need to do this. Why is it waiting? How did that get on that line? Oh, crap. strange. I'm gonna save it there for now, so we'll have some lunch. But thanks very much for watching, anyone who watched. It's quite a reasonable game. I feel like it has a few issues with AI pathing and stuff, but I suspect there are ways around that with careful manipulation of your signals. Thanks very much for watching, guys. Have a good day.